In 2010, we had the introduction of clean diesel buses, vehicles that have a diesel particulate filter to capture particulate coming out of the exhaust. In 2015, we introduced compressed natural gas vehicles into the fleet. We have hybrid battery electric buses that take a diesel engine and couple it to an electric drivetrain, kind of like a Prius would be, to try to help reduce emissions. That way you can use a smaller engine package with the electric vehicle to propel the bus. And then recently we have our electric buses that have zero emission tailpipes.
Normally diesel buses, they're very heavy, they're very loud, and they produce a lot of tailpipe emissions. In order to reach our greenhouse gas emission reduction goals of New York State by the timeline that's been put in place both internally and by the state, we need to make sure that we're decreasing our emissions as soon as possible, but also on a really good trajectory. With these electric buses, they have no tailpipe emissions. They're a lot quieter too. So in addition to air pollution, noise pollution plays a huge role in all aspects of the city, but especially our vulnerable areas of the city, including vulnerable populations. A lot of that comes into play when we talk about making sure that these buses are not just going to affluent areas of the city or downtown areas of the city. We want to make sure that the emissions are decreased all throughout our service area, which includes Erie and Niagara counties.
This chassis, this bus that you're sitting in right now, is no different than the diesel-powered variant that New Flyer makes. It's the same chassis. It's the same axles, it's the same wheels, it's the same suspension, air conditioning, everything's the same. The only difference is they took out the engine and transmission and put battery packs and an electric motor in there, which is actually kind of cool that they did all the engineering behind the scenes so they don't have to make a completely different chassis to support alternate fuel options for us.
I mean, the first thing I'll say is definitely come work for us. We want our operators to be in the community and knowing how it works. We also have a citizens advisory committee that meets with the NFTA as well as other stakeholders within our authority and that we work with. And that just really helps. I think there's at least like 19 organizations that are on that committee that really bring not only residents that are riding our buses, but people that are affected by NFTA, City of Buffalo, Erie County, other municipalities. At the end of the day, we serve the public. We're a public benefit corporation, and that's what's really important to us, and making sure that people are knowledgeable of what's happening around them. Like, oh, what is this new bus that's coming to my stop? I don't know what an electric bus is. Let me talk about it. Here's a concern that is at my bus stop. Those types of concerns really are only going to come up if they're vocalized. I've talked to people and they don't know that I work with NFTA, and they're like, oh, I want to talk about these buses. And I was like, please, I'd love to hear that. So the committees that we have in place are really what serves our communities, and I'd hope that we get to a place too as we move through this transition where we're constantly reevaluating what the next steps are and how we can best serve these communities as well.